let's talk a little bit about lighting. We've got quite a few projects we're going to be doing with this truck. Obviously, we got to fix the corner. I've got brake parts behind me here. The new backplate assemblies for the rear drums, but I don't want to. It's late in the evening, and I don't want to dig into the brakes, so that's going to be a different video. But we're going to talk a little bit about lighting. These are like real foggy, crusty turn signal lights. The headlights are real dim. So I have new pod lights up here. I've got new headlights for this thing. I already replaced the lenses. They're incandescents, but I already replaced the lenses on the overhead ambers. And we're probably going to do the tail lights at some point in time. But what I have here is good LED turn signal with a running light and a side turn signal. So this is actually this side. Oh, no, it's the other side. So that's this side. So I think they'll look pretty good. I have no idea if there's enough holes for them. I think there is. It looks like there are 2 and a hole in the middle, so I think we can get those off. We'll probably take these back off when we do body work, but I want some visibility, especially with the headlights. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we'll save the brakes to start on another full day. So we're going to go and get started, and I'll keep you guys posted. So I'm going to set you right here on top of the wheel. And I think to make this easy, we're just going to fold the hood up and get to it here. So it looks like we've got some real ucky connectors. Okay, it looks like it just pulls out. Yeah, it just pulls out. 2-pin pulls out. Okay. So it looks like we've got 2 nuts here. They look about 10 millimeter. They're not. We're going to try 11, but I have a feeling it's standard. That works. So we'll go ahead and see if the other one breaks off just as easy. Well, it didn't pull right out. I mean, it did pull right out, but I cannot talk today. I don't know what is wrong with me. There's this crappy lenses. I'm just taking off the weather stripping. I'll see how it looks. Regardless, it was going to be messed up. So, and there's a new rubber grommet here. So, I'm going to most likely wire this right into that plug because I don't want to use a different plug. I want to use the factory plug. What are my odds today? It's just one of those days, guys. So these actually don't fit. Get an idea of how much off they are. So what I'll probably do, I'll drill these out, and when we go into the hood stuff, I'll fiberglass them. All right, let me show you what I'm doing. So I want to make sure this is sturdy, right? So this hole will line up. The big hole will be kind of on this edge, and I'm making a new hole over here. What I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to kind of protect the integrity a little bit. Otherwise, this was going to be like oblonged over here and oblonged over here. And I was just afraid that was just going to be too much like structural problem. And again, I'm going to fiberglass this when I do the rest of the hood. But here, if you look, see what I'm going after? So I'll fill in the gapping on the side of this. I'll fill in the gap here with fiberglass, and I got to make that hole a little bigger, but you can kind of see what I'm after. I was just thinking if I gave myself a gap, then it's, room for some to give it some structure. I was afraid that if I made these two oblong to make it work, that, instead of making new holes, that it would, compromise it. It would almost like all the holes would be connected. So I'm gonna get a bigger drill bit and then work on that. Okay, so I've got those drilled a little bigger. And they should fit now. Like so. I'm thinking that I might have to, this will work fine to have a nut on it. But for the other ones, I think I'm going to have to cut that out a little bit, grind that down, because I'm not going to be able to really get any washer or anything on this. So there we go. That's in. And it's tight. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to figure out what wire colors we got here. The old light is right here. So I'm going to come in here and cut that, and we're going to use this as a pigtail. So we got black, brown, and green. We're going to make an assumption that black goes to black. The last 80s car I worked on, brown was a parking lamp, if I remember correctly. And I'm just guessing. Let's see what happens. We're going to go turn the lights on. I'm just going to first run the parking lamp. Got light on that bulb. And we got nothing here. Nothing at all. Alright, so... Alright kids, don't do this at home. So the problem was I didn't have that plugged in all the way. It looked like it was, but... So black... Green's got no voltage. Brown's got voltage. So I was probably correct that brown goes to red. I just didn't have the pigtail plugged in. So we're going to go back, black to black. Red to brown, that's what I thought was a parking assembly. Parking brake, or parking light assembly. Just turn those back off. And it's only fun doing electrical work if the battery's plugged in. So now we've got brown to red, black to black, green to white. We're going to turn the parking lights back on. We got power. Okay, now I'm going to try turn signal. We have no turn signal. Now, we're going to switch the white and red. We're going to put red to green. Make sure that we didn't wire something wrong. And if that's not the case, I need to check the flasher and make sure the flasher we have on this will work with an LED, because sometimes that can be the case as well. The flasher it doesn't work with LEDs. So now we are green to red, brown to white, and black to black. So we got no parking lamp. Zero parking lamp. But we do have turn signal with the signal on. So we're going to figure out right now what line it is that's pulsating. The green line from the car, the truck, is pulsating. Brown has power with parking lamps. Green has power with turn signals. And black is ground. I gotta see if there's any documentation with these headlights. And it could 100% be that I don't have a workable flasher. Guys, I'm totally wrong. So I finally found instructions online, which is kind of why we were doing this blind to begin with. The white wire connects to ground. The white wire on the harness connects to ground. And the black wire is the running light. So black to brown. Black to brown, white is ground. This thing is bad to the bone. Look how good that looks. So we got yellow, amber, we got a side marker, red for the tail light. That thing is bad to the bone. Compared to this, I mean, come on. And that doesn't have a bulb out, that's how it is. So That's how it flashes when that's on. Let's see if it flashes. It's flashing. I can see it already. Yep. That's pretty sick. Can't argue that. That thing is hot. Okay. So I'm going to check it without the light on, without the running lights. Yep, okay, it blacks out. Okay. Okay, so we've got the headlight working. I'm sorry, we've got the turn signals working. I do believe my switch is bad, my turn signal, or my headlight switch. Every once in a while, depending on the positioning of it, these will or will not work. So next thing we're going to do is take the headlights out. And take the headlights out, and we've got those LED headlights that we're going to install, which should be plug and play. Should be pretty much no wiring on those. So that's a Phillips and another Phillips. Okay, so we're gonna here's a screw for that. This might be 100 years worth of everyone else's modifications, because these are 3 different screws. Okay, we got a 3-pin. Okay. Those sit right there. I'm just gonna make sure we got power. I see lights there, and they shouldn't all be up. From the picture, they shouldn't all be lit up. Okay, they are. Okay. Those are pretty bright. Let me see about the high beams. So I would say those work. So I'm going to shut those off. Way too easy. I do like these a lot. I think they're going to be excellent. Okay, take a look at this. So what ended up happening, I still have to adjust the positioning, but what ended up happening with this right hand side not being very bright is it only had 6 volts. There's a connector up in this fender well before it goes in the firewall, and there was a loose connection in there, and put a little dielectric grease in there. I did go ahead and replace the switch anyway because the switch was malfunctioning, but you can see these. So these things look great. So I know you can't tell, but there's 1, 2, 3. Half of the bulb is illuminated with low beams, and then all of the thing is illuminated with high beams. So this truck really looks awesome. So this is going to be a big improvement to the lighting on the F700. Alright, so I think that's a huge improvement for the lighting on the F700. I gotta clean off the lenses a little bit, but that pretty much concludes this video. Definitely like and subscribe, and we will continue bringing more videos of things around the farm. Thanks.